So we have 7 confirmed matches as of, let me make this clear, Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. Because when I post these videos, they are going to be after today. And there might be more stuff. It's like this might come out Monday or Tuesday after Raw, and they might confirm another match.
SmackDown's tomorrow, Raw's on Monday.
Exactly.
Stuff can happen.
Stuff can happen. And they probably will. We only have less than 3 weeks left. So they probably will announce matches in the coming shows. So let's talk about what's confirmed. We're not going to predict these matches. We might on a later date, but let's talk about what's confirmed right now. So we have Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, of course, for the Undisputed Championship. And then we have Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins in a triple threat. Gunther and Jay for the World Heavyweight Championship. Io Sky and Bianca Belair for the World Women's Championship. And get this. Oh, wait, excuse me. I think they announced Rhea Ripley is what Tanner also told me. On the website, they said it was just Io and Bianca Belair, but I'm almost certain Rhea's going to get added to it. If not,
she needs to.
It makes they haven't confirmed it, but she did sign the contract, so something's going to happen there.
That's what I feel like this upcoming Raw is
exactly. So Tanner said to put her on there as a confirmation because it's probably going to happen. So I put her on there. So we have the Women's World Championship, and then we just have the Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. When I saw that, I didn't know the names were like that. When I saw that, I was like, that is crappy. They need to have something to distinguish.
They need to change the name on
I agree.
Title.
I mean, put heavyweight back on it. Why did they take it off? Didn't they when Rhea had it? Was it not the Women's World Heavyweight Championship?
It was.
Yeah, I thought so. They should have kept it.
It's weird. Their logic behind it doesn't really stick.
Then we have 2 more matches after those matches. AJ Styles and Logan Paul was confirmed, which was some great work in my opinion when that happened. Great work. I enjoyed
their match. Their match is probably going to be the most underrated match of the whole card.
Oh yeah. And it's not for a belt. A mid-card title would be nice on it, but it's not going to happen.
And that's what makes it more impressive.
And then the last one is going to be, which I can't stand this wrestler, but Kevin Owens and Randy Orton go toe-to-toe in a ring. And those are the 7 confirmed matches. I know it was long-winded in those explaining. But, Cy, because this is your segment, I'm going to let you take control.
All right.
And let's predict some matches. What do you think is happening April 19th and 20th at the end of this month?
All right. So I'm gonna start out with 2 Kevin Owens can wrestler. Thank you. I like that take. But we're gonna start out with 2 that I feel are relatively obvious. I feel like we're gonna get Naomi versus Jade Cargill, 1-on-1, just straight singles match. As much as I would love there to be a stipulation, i.e., if this match was a street fight, I think it would be great. But I got a gut feeling WWE is going to drop the ball and it's just going to be a classic 1-on-1. Maybe the winner of this match gets to be the first number 1 contender for whether for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, whether Io retains or whether Rhea wins it or whatever. But I think that's going to happen. I see titles 100% going to be defended. A lot of what I'm seeing is like, it might just be a one-on-one Braun Breaker versus Penta. That's not what I want. I want a fatal 4-way. Put Finn Balor in there. Put Dirty Dom in there. Let's let them get 30 minutes. Just let them cook. And then this is why I need your assistance, Mr. Connor Davis.
Okay.
We know LA Knight's going to defend.
Yes, and I did talk to Tanner. Tanner is the WWE buff. If you don't know who that is, that's my twin brother. He gave me a lot of matches that could be on this card. So I agree, Naomi and Jade Cargill, as good as it would be to have a stipulation, we got to think what's going to happen at Backlash. They could run it back at Backlash and have a stipulation.
And that's where a stipulation can come into play.
Exactly. So we have to think about that too. What matches are they gonna say for Backlash? It's gonna be the ones with the greatest written rivalries as of once WrestleMania hits.
Yep.
So you said Braun Breaker will defend his title. I agree. Tanner has it as a triple threat: Finn Balor and Penta. That's the most likely scenario. I like
think
Penta,
Dom
but
gets I think Dom gets into play.
I would love a fatal 4-way. We don't have one yet. We just don't have one. He was fatal.
He's not wrong. But
you're just throwing crap together and trying to make a soup.
Let's get some heat.
So let's talk about the U.S. title. That's going to be LA Knight. What my brother told me is Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu.
That's what I'm seeing.
So,
but what about Solo?
That's what we were talking about.
What about Solo?
You look at the tag team titles. Are they going to be defended? This seems like a title that's just defended on the weekly shows, right? Are they going to be defended at Mania? Maybe, maybe not.
If it gets defended, it could be on a kickoff show. Like
he said, Solo was injured, so the chances of him it would probably be Fatu, right? That would compete for tag titles.
Absolutely.
The chances of that happening are slim, which is why he put Fatu in the U.S. title match with LA Knight and Braun Strowman. But then we have a match that they've been building. He's injured right now. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. We forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
So what could happen with that? I don't think that rivalry is big enough to be a Backlash one.
It's not.
I don't think it will
unless
back at
Backlash. But that's the thing.
Unless they build something in the next 3 weeks.
Exactly. That's the thing with a lot of these possible matches is there's still some time to get some heat on it. Like the Charlotte versus Tiffany, for the longest time, this was the most like yeah. But like Charlotte versus Tiffany is a prime example of like they didn't have enough heat on it till the past couple weeks, and now it's like, okay, now this is a match that I want to see. WWE and their creative in particular, they're weird with how they do things. Like they like to be very, I hate to say it, last minute with a lot of things. So with a Damian versus Drew, what makes the most sense is they're gonna ride off Drew and be like, oh nope, Drew's not gonna compete as much as Jack, I know. But this Drew versus Damian Priest match, on paper, like a pure one-on-one would be really good, especially on a main, like on a big stage like WrestleMania. The problem is there's not heat behind it. A lot of people, at least everybody loves Drew. They love Drew or hate Drew, but a lot of people don't really like Damian Priest. Ever since he lost the World Heavyweight Champion at the Gunther, he hasn't really done a whole lot. The Judgment Day story, it was there. It was something. It dragged on too long. But, I mean, if we want emo Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre to have spawn the card, cool, do it. But I'm not sold on it right now.
This is what I think should have happened. Now, Drew did call him, he's emo Undertaker, but I think he called him Temu Undertaker whenever he came into the John and Cody segment. Mm-hmm. Wasn't it John? No, it was, excuse me. Sorry, that was Randy and Cody segment, right? That's when Drew popped in.
Yep.
Sorry. People that go on both shows, it's confusing sometimes.
Very.
But you get into the question of where does the women's mid-card fit into all of this? And we get into also the conversation of these are also belts that are defended on the weekly shows.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, are they going to get their time to shine on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania?
They should.
I talked to Mr. WWE over there for the Intercontinental Women's Championship. So the most likely scenario is Bayley and Valkyria.
Which, if you know the history behind the two of those wrestlers, makes sense to go on the big stage, but they haven't. They've been pushing Roxanne versus Bayley for months on end now. They haven't really pushed a whole lot of Lyra versus Bayley. So I don't know.
I have an unpopular take. I don't like Roxanne. I don't think she's that great.
Her ring work isn't great. Mic skills
isn't great. I hate the Roxanne.
She'll have one promo every 6 months that actually is like, okay, there's something here. But everything else, she's weak.
People will glaze women because of their physical appearance. People look at Roxanne, oh, this is a pretty girl. I like watching her on my screen. I love the way she talks on a microphone. I love the way you like the way she looks in a ring. You don't like the way her ring work looks. There's a difference right there, pal. She's not that great to me. So for her to be in one of these matches, I can't see it. I don't know if it's her time. I think she needs a lot more time to develop based on what I'm watching. I don't know if we're watching the same person, Jack, but, that's just my opinion. We go to the other mid-card title. U.S. Championship. Chelsea Green holds it. Who's going to be her opponent? The most likely scenario, the one that Mr. WWE didn't agree with over there, is Chelsea Green and Michin. He said they've already ran it 4 times. Well, let's make it a 4th or 5th, baby. Come on.
Well, I have another unpopular take for how to get Chelsea Green on the card. What if we get the Piper Niven turn in the next 3 weeks and it's mentor versus mentoree, Chelsea versus Piper Niven? They've been teasing it for a while. I really don't want to see Michin's solid. But they've ran it so much that it's like on a big stage, even if it's like the kickoff match, I don't know if I like it. But I wouldn't hate seeing Piper Niven's not going to win. Chelsea's comedic gold holding this title, and she's actually not a terrible wrestler. But you could do a turn, and people like seeing the turns. But I don't know. Oh, great! What are you gonna say?
This is the issue with that side.
I'm listening.
I think it's too early. You have to get into the point. WWE is the best. That's why. People like them. They are the best at storytelling. Point blank, period. There's not a single company that is better at storytelling than WWE. And that's just facts, right? You get to the point where if you have a long story you have to invest time in, the stories become oversaturated. You're not going to be able to decide which one you want to pay attention to.
Correct.
So you have Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, the story of Piper turns on her. Then we have another story we have to pay attention to on top of Cody and John, Roman, CM Punk, and Seth.
Which is main eventing. Exactly. Which is giving CM Punk exactly what he wants.
Both main events, all that we are having to invest in. I think it's too early for a Piper turn. And if WWE thinks the same way, then we might not see Chelsea Green at WrestleMania defending her title.
She needs to be on this show somehow, even if just a backstage segment.
And she could. She very well could.
She needs something.